Namaste. I am Dr. Surya Brijesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Samhita, Siddhanta and Sanskrit from Yenepoya Ayurveda Medical College and Hospital, Narengana. Today I am going to talk about art of mindful eating, the Ayurveda way. So, the specific learning objectives that I will be dealing with today is to explain different rules and regulations regarding food consumption and to explain the mindful way of eating according to Ayurveda. What is ahara? The term ahara is used in Ayurveda to signify food. Praninam punarmoolam aharo bala varna ojasamcha. So ahara is the substratum for all living beings that provide proper strength, complexion and vitality. Before moving into the different rules and regulations of food, let's just explore the symphony of flavors. There are 6 different rasas told in Ayurveda called as Shad Rasa. They are Madhura, Amla, Lavana, Katu, Tikta, Kashaya. Now with an example, let me tell you each type of rasa. First one Madhura, that is sweet in taste. So when we look into a typical Indian thali, it starts with something sweet. When we go to a marriage, we have seen that it starts with some sweet dish. So any payasam or anything you can take it, but the starting is a Madhura rasa. Next Amla, that is which is sour, like there is a chutney which is made out of gooseberry or mango. So whatever is salt, that is sour in taste, is considered to be Amla rasa. Then we have Lavana, that is salty. Then Katu, like examples of chili or pepper can be taken. Tikta rasa. Tikta rasa is something which is bitter. A very good example is that of bitter gourd. And Kashaya rasa, that is astringent in taste, for which I can give you an example of buttermilk. Now, a meal should comprise of all these 6 tastes is what Ayurveda stresses upon. Only then a person will achieve proper health. Quantity and satiety. Listen to your body signal. So how much food should a person consume? What has Ayurveda got to talk about this? Rashi. The term Rashi is used to signify the quantity. Rashi is of 2 types, Sarvagraha and Parigraha. Sarvagraha is when I consider the whole meal, including the curry, the whatever rice, chapati, whatever is being consumed. If we are separately thinking of each, then it is called as parigraha, that is individually the quantity of vegetables used, the total number of chapatis, etc. will be considered as parigraha. Now why sarvagraha and parigraha is important? Because on total this is going to convey the meaning of matra. Matra, that is the quantity. So how much quantity is to be consumed is depending on the Rashi. And if one person is consuming the exact amount of food, it is considered as matra vadahara. That is the exact thing which a person is supposed to do. So when the quantity is more or less, it becomes amatra ahara, and definitely it will provide untoward effects. Now coming to what are the features of matra vadahara, how do we know whether a person is consuming the exact quantity of food the person requires? Just imagine if we have eaten stomach full, what is it going to do? It is going to cause some discomfort at the level of chest. You feel bloating, you feel heaviness in the stomach, you might feel pain in the flanks. So these are all the lakshanas mentioned, like hridayasya anavarodha, pashvayor aviphatanam, or athigauravata of udara. So if consumed properly, all these symptoms should not be there, and it should give clarity to the indriyas. Indriyas in the sense, it is sense organs. Sense organs, it will nourish the sense organs, and also when a person consumes matravat ahara, there will be proper hunger and thirst, which will be seen next. And yes, sayam pratascha sukhena parinamanam, that is whatever food consumed in the morning, it will be easily digested by evening. And one more important point is to avoid staying hungry. Now coming to the timing and frequency. So we have to harmonize with our body's rhythm. So when do we ask a person to consume food? So Ayurveda says an important point, that is jirni. So a person should consume food only after previously taken meal has been digested. It shouldn't be taken too fast, na ati dhrita, or too very slow, na ati vilambita. And how many times has a person to consume meal? It is told only twice a day. That is in Sayankala and Pratah-kala, early morning, Pratah-kala, and Sayankala, that is evening. So actually our ancestors used to consume food only twice a day. Now it has changed. We do consume 4 to 5 times a day, which is actually wrong according to Ayurveda. So it at least takes around 12 hours for the previously consumed meal to be digested properly. And yes, when should water be consumed? Is it before meals or after meals? So for proper assimilation of meals, water should be consumed along with the food. What are the prerequisites for eating? So whenever a person is having food, it is important to honor the rituals of nourishment. That is, snataha, kshudvan, vivikthato, dhautapada karanana, tarpayitva, pitran, devan, atitin, balakan, gurun. So before consuming food, it is good to honor it. Hence it has been mentioned that a person should wash his hands, limbs, face, or even after taking bath, the person should consume food after offering food to the Pitra, Deva, Atithi. So if you have guests, if you have kids at home, or there is any elder person, so they should consume the food first, and only after them we are supposed to consume our meal. So now coming to the process of meal, that is the nature of food, any processing of food or any combination of food that becomes important. So we have to embrace the magic of cooking. First point I would like to stress is the swabhava or prakriti. Prakriti is the inherent quality of any food which cannot be changed. So that is the inherent quality of the food. For example, you think of green gram. Green gram is considered to be laghu. Laghu means light, that is, it is easy for digestion, and also it provides lightness to the body. So we are supposed to consume food that is laghu, that is considered healthy. And the opposite of it, that is black gram, it is considered to be guru. Guru, which is difficult for digestion, it takes more time to digest food, and it brings guruta in the sharira, that is in the form of heaviness. So these are all the swabhava guna. So the definition is tatra prakriti ruchate swabhavo yaha. So that is the inherent quality. Now can this prakriti be changed? Yes. In food, the prakriti can be changed with the help of karana. Karana means samskara, that is the processing which is done. The definition of karana is samskarohi gunantaradhanam uchyate. So what is this gunantaradhana? That is, the changes in guna, quality of food can take place by different types of processing. For example, toya samskara, agni samskara, shaucha samskara, mantana samskara. Let me give an easy example of curd. Curd, when we make it into buttermilk, we do mantana samskara, that is churning. And the property of curd is changing to something called as buttermilk. So there the quality is also changed. Or when we are going to cook rice, the raw rice, we soak it in water, right? So when you're soaking, it is called as toya samskara, and after that you're keeping it for agni samskara, that is you're cooking it in fire. So again the properties, that is the raw rice which was guru, is changed to something laghu when it is being cooked. So this is an important process in different varieties or regulations related with food. The third one is samyoga. Samyoga is combinations. So there are few combinations which is to be avoided and few combinations that are considered good. So food when mixed can cause toxic effects also. Now milk and sour fruits are not supposed to be mixed. So they should not be combined. So again, samyoga plays a very important role. Coming to different other rules while having food, the first one is ushnam. So whenever we are having food, we should be mindful that it is hot. What is the importance of food being hot? one thing, it is understood that it is also fresh. So food when it is warm is going to give good taste, and it is also going to increase the Agni. Agni is the biofire which helps in proper digestion, and it easily provides proper movement of Vata. Yes, these are the benefits of having food that is Ushna or hot. Coming to the next point, that is Snigdha. Snigdha is actually unctuous. So in simple words, if I say when you add ghee or oil to food, it is called as Snigdha. So it shouldn't be too very dry. Snigdha Ahara is important because again Snigdha Ahara provides taste to the food. It also helps in improving the Agni. It provides strength to the Sharira. It helps in proper movement of the Vata, and it helps in nourishment of the body, and also Varna Prasada. It improves the complexion of the body. Now the connection between emotional regulation and food. Has emotions got something to do with ahara or food? Yes, it does. So when you consume food, when you're angry, sad or fearful, all these are going to affect us in a negative way. Hence, just by seeing proper quantity or by following hitahara. Hitahara is the food that is good. So just the quantity is less doesn't suffice. We should make sure that whatever we eat is also good. But along with that, certain emotional factors, that is, you shouldn't consume food when you are overthinking, chinta, shoka, when you're sad, bhaya, when you're having anxiety or you're angry, that is krodha, or if sleep is not proper. During all these conditions, if food is consumed, then the shloka says, Matraya api abhyavahritam patyam cha annam na jiryati. So even if you consume food that is pathya, pathya means which is good or congenial to the individual, and which is also matraya, which has been taken in proper quantity. Though you have considered food that is in proper quantity and which is good, it will not undergo proper digestion because of the negative impact caused in the mind and body due to these emotions. So the few other opinions on food as told in Ayurveda, which are actually contradicting to that of today's nutrition and food. So actually Ayurveda says sprouted pulses, that is called as viruda, are not to be consumed because it causes tridosha prakopa. Vata pitta kapha is going to be increased due to intake of sprouted pulses. And fruits, it should be consumed as part of the meal. So if you are having food, it should be combined along with the meal. It should not be kept separate, that is in between two meals. No, it should be consumed as a part of the meal itself. And then the newly or freshly harvested grains and pulses is actually considered not that good when compared to the ones that are older. So 1 year older, which we say as Purana, is considered to be good. And then food should always be processed by Agni, that is cooked food is considered best when compared with non-cooked foods. So which are the forever healthy diets? That is Nitya Sevaniya Dravya, it can be consumed always. So those foods are Shashtika Shali, that is the rice grown in 60 days, Mudga, green gram, Saindava, that is the rock salt, Amalaki, gooseberry, Yava, barley. And yes, Antarikshapaya, the water, Sarpihi, that is ghee, Jangala Mamsa, so that is the mamsa or the meat of the animals that are seen in Jangala Pradesha, and honey, madhu. So honey, that is also called as madhu. All these can be consumed daily. It is not going to cause any untoward effects to the sharira. Mindful environment, yes. So ambience is also important. Where you are having food, the place is also important. So we have to set a stage for a joyful meal, And what are the other conditions associated with it? The first point is tanmana bunjita. So whenever you're consuming food, you should concentrate completely on the food and have, rather than engaging in any other activities while having food. Completely mind should be concentrating on the food. That is called as tanmana bunjita. Ajalpan ahasan. So the individual is not supposed to speak while having food or laugh while having food. Ishta deshe. So the individual should sit in a place where he likes. And ishta sarvopakaranam cha ashniyat. So while having food, one should make sure that anything and everything needed to consume food should be nearby. Maybe water bottle, maybe salt, so whatever is needed, or the cutlery set should be nearby. Atmanam abhisamikshya samyak. So this is very important because we know ourselves the best. So the person who is consuming food knows what is good for him and what is not. So by knowing self, one should consume food. Yes, so coming to the summary of today's session, I would like to end it up with this shloka. Hitahara upayoga eka eva purusha vriddhikaro bhavati ahita ahara upayogaha punarvyadi nimittham iti. Why so much importance should be given to food, to all the rules and regulations, how to have, what to have? Because for any disease, the prime reason for any disease is ahita ahara, that is improper food. So improper food doesn't just mean junk food, it also includes improper way of having food. So proper habits is going to help us in having a healthy life. So hitahara upayoga itself is going to improve the deha in the form of nourishing the body, because mindful eating itself is healthy living. Thank you.